Welcome. I mean, a massive, just completely high energy welcome to you, our incredible listener.
Yeah, we are so thrilled you're tuning in today.
We really are. Seriously, grab a comfortable seat, get settled in, and just prepare yourself.
Because today's topic is a big one.
Oh, it's one of my absolute favorites. And we are going to tear it apart from like every single possible angle.
We really are.
We are talking about love, romance, the ultimate dream.
The big stuff.
Exactly. And look, I am just going to put my cards on the table right from the very first second of this deep dive.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
I know. But I am a hopeless, unashamed, 100% believing Hollywood romantic.
Oh, totally. You love a rom-com.
I do. I believe in the fairy tale. And you know
Yeah.
exactly the trope I'm talking about, right?
I think we all, yeah.
Like you're walking down the street, maybe you drop your books outside a quaint little coffee shop.
It's always a coffee shop.
Always. And a beautiful, mysterious stranger stops to help you pick them up. Your
Right.
hands brush against each other.
The classic meet cute.
Right. Your eyes meet. Sparks literally fly out of the pavement.
And the music swells.
Yes. Suddenly, there is background music playing from out of absolutely nowhere, probably something like acoustic and folksy.
Naturally.
And from that exact millisecond forward, you just know you have found the one.
The legendary one.
And because they are the one, everything is going to be completely, totally, flawlessly effortless forever.
Right. No arguments.
Zero arguments, no stress, no navigating weird habits, just pure, uninterrupted bliss until the end of time.
That sounds exhausting, actually.
What? No, that is the dream. I believe it's out there, and I will defend the meet cute to my dying breath.
Okay, we need to unpack this immediately.
And then on.
Because while that is an incredibly charming picture, and I know like a massive portion of the population secretly wants to believe it.
Because it's beautiful.
Well, or at least they want to experience that initial rush of serotonin and dopamine, right?
True, the brain chemicals are great.
They are. But I have to be the voice of grounded reality today.
Ugh, the realist steps in.
I have to. That Hollywood fairy tale you just described, it's not just a little bit inaccurate.
Oh, come on.
No, really, it is actually one of the most dangerous myths we tell ourselves about human relationships.
Dangerous, really.
Absolutely. So, our mission for this deep dive is to explore the absolute truth about what makes relationships actually survive and thrive over decades.
Okay, so we're looking at the long game for you, the listener.
Exactly. We are pulling from an extensive stack of sources today, decades of behavioral science, longitudinal psychological studies, clinical observations.
The heavy hitters.
Right. And we're looking at this brilliant framework called the architecture of lasting love.
The architecture. I like the sound of that.
It's a great metaphor. And the core theme we are going to explore with you right down to the studs is this great relationships are built.
Built, not found.
Exactly. They are constructed deliberately and often painstakingly by two people.
Okay, I'm listening.
They are not simply found, fully assembled and ready to go magically in a coffee shop.
Yeah. Wait. Let's pause right there.
Sure.
You are calling my favorite movie trope dangerous. How can believing in effortless love be dangerous?
Because it sets you up for failure.
But it sounds so cynical and negative. I mean, if you meet the right person, shouldn't it just be easy?
You'd think so, but no.
But if there is true chemistry, right? If the stars align, the puzzle pieces should just snap together perfectly without you having to force them.
They're the illusion, yeah.
Like, did you know that some people claim couples who never fight in their first year are the happiest?
Oh, I've heard that claim.
Right. So if it takes massive effort just to exist together, isn't the universe giving me a giant flashing neon sign to walk away?
And that is precisely the trap. Let's actually look at the data you just mentioned.
Okay, what does the data say?
The studies in our sources show the exact opposite.
Wait, really?
Really? Couples who never, ever experience conflict in their first year are actually statistically more likely to end up divorced.
No way. Or unhappy.
Yeah, divorced or just deeply unfulfilled down the line.
Why? That makes no sense.
Because when we believe that true love is supposed to be effortless, we set ourselves up for a catastrophic panic attack the moment real life actually happens.
A panic attack.
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah.
Because real life always invariably happens.
Okay, fair point.
The dopamine rush of the honeymoon phase, it has a biological expiration date.
Sadly.
Usually it's somewhere between 12 and 18 months.
So after a year and a half, the magic fades.
The chemical fog lifts, yeah. And then you were looking at a real, flawed human being.
The actual person behind the meet cute.
Exactly. Suddenly you have unpaid bills sitting on the kitchen counter. You are working long, exhausting hours.
Your family dynamics are stressing you out.
Right. And in the middle of all that external pressure, you have a minor misunderstanding with your partner.
Oh boy.
You argue about something completely trivial, like how to load the dishwasher or what time to leave for a dinner party.
The classic dishwasher argument.
We've all been there. But if you believe the Hollywood myth, your brain immediately hits the panic button.
Oh, I see where you're going.
You think, oh no, this is hard. We are arguing. The puzzle pieces aren't snapping together.
So this must be the completely wrong person.
Exactly.
Yes, I am so glad you brought up the trivial arguments because this is exactly where my romantic brain gets stuck.
Let's hear it.
If we are arguing about something small, like let's say we're to go on vacation.
Okay, good example.
I want to go to a sunny beach in Mexico to relax, and my partner wants to go hiking in the freezing cold mountains to be adventurous.
Two totally different vibes.
Right. So if we are fighting about that, if we have fundamentally different ideas of what constitutes fun, doesn't that mean we aren't soulmates?
No, it just means you're two different people.
But shouldn't soulmates naturally just want the exact same things? If it takes an hour of debate just to book a flight, shouldn't I just go find someone who also loves the beach?
And that right there is the core illusion we're dismantling today for our listeners.
Okay, dismantle me.
You are treating love as a finished, perfect product that you stumble upon, like a pristine statue sitting in a museum.
Right, like I just found it.
But lasting love is not a shiny, completed object you buy off the shelf.
It's the architecture.
Exactly. It is a continuous, long-term construction project.
A construction project sounds like a lot of sweating and hard hats.
Well, it is. It's something that two mature adults build together, brick by brick, day after day, through trial and error.
Brick by brick.
You have to realize the sheer magnitude of what a relationship actually is.
What is it in psychological terms?
You're bringing two completely different human beings together. Think about how massive and complex that undertaking is.
I mean, I guess.
You are attempting to combine two entirely unique biological and psychological universes into one shared daily life.
Okay, I hear you using the phrase completely different human beings, but let me challenge that.
Please do.
Because, I mean, we are all people.
Sure.
We all need food, water, shelter, and affection.
Basic human needs, yes.
If we love each other and we have good chemistry, shouldn't our internal worlds essentially be on the same page?
But you are never fully on the same page at the beginning.
Never.
It's psychologically impossible because you have totally different foundational blueprints.
Okay, give me an example.
Think about it. You each have entirely different childhoods that shaped how your nervous systems view the world.
Okay, right.
You have completely different, deeply ingrained habit patterns. You have unique communication styles.
Even small stuff. What?
Oh, absolutely.
I see.
Even your pet peeves. The tiny little things that trigger your stress response,
Yeah,
they are completely different.
that is true. I hate chewing noises. My partner doesn't care.
Exactly. Let's look at a classic example from the research to really make this clear for you, the listener.
Lay it on us.
Imagine one of you grew up in a loud, expressive, chaotic house.
I know a lot of families like that.
Right. In this house, everyone shouted over each other, slammed doors, and wildly debated at the dinner table.
But it's not mean. It's just how they talk.
Exactly. It was all done with immense love and affection. That was their baseline for connection.
Okay, and the other person?
Now, the other person grew up in a quiet, reserved, stoic house where raising your voice was considered terribly rude and conflict was handled with silent, gentle conversations.
Oh, wow. Okay, I can instantly see how that could get incredibly messy.
Right.
If the expressive, loud person gets excited or passionate and starts raising their voice happily,
What happens?
the quiet person's nervous system is going to interpret that as a massive threat.
Boom. He's out.
They might feel attacked or overwhelmed, even if the loud person is just enthusiastically agreeing with them.
Precisely. You have hit on the exact physiological reality of it.
It's literally just their bodies reacting.
Yes. When these two entirely different worlds collide in a new relationship, things are going to bump into each other.
So it's inevitable.
It is just the laws of physics applied to psychology. And this actually introduces our very first core architectural concept for today.
Oh, perfect. What is it?
In the literature, they refer to this daily, inevitable rubbing together of different habits as friction.
Friction. Okay, I really like that word.
It's a great term.
It sounds structural, like engineering or science, rather than, some abstract romantic failing.
Exactly.
So what does friction actually mean in the practical context of romance?
Well, friction isn't a flaw. It is a structural reality.
What it's built in.
Right. It simply means a minor disagreement, a sense of tension, or a small conflict that results from your differing opinions, varying worldviews, or mismatched everyday habits.
Got it.
Think of it like a suspension bridge.
Oh, I love analogies.
The tension and the friction between the cables aren't signs that the bridge is broken.
Right.
The tension is literally what keeps the bridge from collapsing.
Without it, the bridge just falls apart.
Without that push and pull, there is no structural integrity. It is the heat generated when two different surfaces rub against each other.
That makes a lot of sense.
And to make this absolutely crystal clear for you, the listener, I am going to read a specific sentence from our source material that perfectly captures this concept.
Okay, let's hear it.
Please listen closely. Having different family backgrounds naturally creates minor friction in the beginning of a relationship.
Let me process that.
Go ahead.
Having different family backgrounds naturally creates minor friction in the beginning of a relationship.
Spot on.
Okay, so you're saying that this friction, these little arguments about vacation destinations or the thermostat or how loud to talk at dinner, is completely normal.
100% normal.
It's just the cables of the bridge settling. It doesn't mean the foundation is cracked.
It is entirely 100% normal, and more importantly, it is necessary.
Necessary.
Yes, expecting two distinct human beings with decades of different life experiences to agree on every single thing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without any friction at all.
That's the Hollywood dream.
But that isn't romantic. It is completely, totally unrealistic, and frankly, it would require one of you to completely erase your own personality.
Oof. Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Real love isn't defined by a lack of friction.
What is it defined by then?
Real love is the conscious decision to navigate those differences with curiosity and patience.
Curiosity, I like that.
It is choosing to fight for each other rather than fighting against each other when that inevitable friction happens.
Oh, wow. Okay, my Hollywood dreams are definitely taking a bit of a hit here.
Sorry to burst the bubble.
No, the suspension bridge metaphor makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But let me push back on this.
I welcome it.
Because I like to play devil's advocate, and I want to find the boundary here.
Sure. Where's the line?
If a relationship requires all this hard work and all this effort, and we are just constantly managing this daily friction over how to exist in the same house,
Yeah.
shouldn't we just break up?
Just throw in the towel.
I mean, seriously, why work so hard? If I am constantly trying to adjust my communication style so I don't trigger my partner's nervous system, wouldn't it be immensely easier to just be single?
Well, sure. Being alone has less friction.
Or to just keep dating until I find someone where it isn't so exhausting? Where is the line between building a beautiful bridge and just doing manual labor for no reason?
That is a phenomenal question, and it is a very common, very valid reaction.
Thank you. I think a lot of people wonder that.
We need to draw a very firm, very clear line right here, because the self-help world often confuses this.
They really do.
We have to seriously contrast the healthy idea of building a life together with the absolute nightmare of drowning in a toxic relationship.
Okay, yes, let's make that distinction.
This is a crucial distinction in the architecture of love. When psychologists say relationships take effort, they never, ever mean enduring emotional abuse.
Right.
Or toxic behavior, disrespect, or completely compromising your core self.
Okay, that is a huge relief to hear you say that.
I had to make that clear.
Because sometimes marriage takes work sounds suspiciously like a free pass for bad behavior.
Exactly, and it is not.
So, effort doesn't mean just suffering in silence while someone treats you terribly or drains your energy.
Absolutely not. The work is not supposed to be suffering.
That's a good rule of thumb.
Meaningful effort is about working through normal human differences, the friction we just talked about.
Okay.
But that effort only makes sense, and it only actually yields a positive result if both partners share the same foundational core values.
Foundational value.
They must have deep, unwavering mutual respect for one another, and crucially, they must share a very similar vision for the overarching trajectory of their future.
So you have to be heading to the same place.
Exactly. You can think of it like rowing a boat.
Oh, I do love a good analogy. Paint the picture for me.
I know you do.
How does rowing a boat explain the difference between healthy effort and a toxic drain?
Imagine the two of you are in a small two-person rowboat in the middle of a massive lake.
Okay, I'm in the boat.
The friction we discussed earlier, that is when you maybe disagree slightly on the best technique to row.
Like, who holds the oars?
Right. Maybe one of you wants to row faster, the other wants a steady pace, or maybe you accidentally splash each other with the oars while you were getting your rhythm down.
It's annoying, but we're moving.
That is normal.
Yeah.
You can easily work through that. You communicate, you adjust your grip, you keep going.
And what's the toxic version?
What if you are trying to row the boat straight ahead toward a quiet, stable, family-oriented life in the suburbs?
Nice and peaceful.
Right.
Yeah.
But your partner is aggressively rowing the boat in the exact opposite direction toward a chaotic, nomadic life, traveling the world with absolutely no financial commitments.
Oh. Well, the boat isn't going to go to the suburbs, and it isn't going to go around the world.
Exactly. What happens to the boat?
It is just going to spin in circles in the exact same spot.
Yep.
We're going to get nowhere. The water is going to get violently churned up, and our arms are going to be completely, totally exhausted.
Exactly. And that spinning in circles, that bone-deep exhaustion from pulling in completely opposite directions on fundamental life choices.
That's not friction.
No, that is not just friction. You cannot outwork that kind of opposition.
Because no matter how hard you paddle, you're fighting each other.
Precisely. And that brings us to our second core architectural concept, which is incompatibility.
Incompatibility. That sounds much heavier, much more structural than friction.
It is much heavier.
How did the sources define that? Because people throw the word incompatible around all the time, even over small things like liking different movies.
Right. People say we're incompatible because he likes sci-fi and I like rom-coms.
Exactly.
In a clinical sense, incompatibility is the state of being so completely different in your core character, your moral compass, or your fundamental lifestyle goals that living together harmoniously is simply impossible.
Impossible. That's a strong word.
It means your basic blueprints for life clash completely.
Like, you want a house, they want a skyscraper.
Great way to put it. And here is the harsh truth, that the Hollywood fairy tale ignores patience, and hard work cannot fix fundamental incompatibility.
Wow.
You cannot compromise on whether or not to have children.
Oh, right. You can't have half a child.
Exactly. Let me give you the exact sentence from our materials for this one, because it perfectly contrasts our first two concepts for the listener.
I'm ready.
Listen carefully. Experiencing occasional friction is normal, but fundamental incompatibility can make a relationship truly exhausting.
That makes so much sense. I want to read that one back so it really sinks in for you, the listener.
Go for it.
Experiencing occasional friction is normal, but fundamental incompatibility can make a relationship truly exhausting.
Exactly.
So basically, to summarize this, arguing about leaving the toilet seat up or who has to take out the trash or how to load the dishwasher, that is friction.
It is a speed bump.
It is splashing oars.
Right.
But if one person desperately wants a family and the other absolutely does not, or if one values extreme financial saving and the other has a gambling problem,
That is incompatibility.
that is a dead end, and all the effort in the world just leads to a spinning boat.
Precisely. If you are incompatible on those core foundational values, working hard won't save you. It will only deplete you.
It just drains the life out of you.
You must be rowing a boat in the exact same direction.
Yeah.
If you have established that you share the same destination, then the effort of managing the oars is a beautiful, meaningful investment.
Okay, I'm tracking with you entirely now. The distinction is crystal clear.
Good.
We are in the same boat, we are rowing toward the exact same destination, but we still have friction.
We still bump oars occasionally because we are two different human beings.
Right. Now, to fix that daily friction, people always say you need to compromise.
The famous C word.
But here comes my naive Hollywood romantic side again, mixed with a little bit of modern individualism.
Oh, I can't wait.
Isn't compromising just losing your freedom?
Losing your freedom.
Yeah. If I'm constantly compromising, at what point does willing compromise just become codependency?
Losing your freedom. That is a very modern Western perspective. Tell me more about how you mean that.
Well, if I have to constantly change my habits or give up things I inherently enjoy just to make my partner comfortable, then they don't love the real me.
Ah, the real me argument.
Right. They love a watered-down, heavily edited version of me.
Give me an example of the real you.
Let's say I am a totally free spirit who loves to leave my clothes all over the floor because it feels creative and chaotic.
That sounds like a mess.
But it's my mess, and then I suddenly have to start folding them rigidly into drawers. I am losing my true identity.
Your identity is clothes on the floor.
You know what I mean. True love, according to the fairy tale, should accept me exactly as I am, flawlessly in all my messy glory, without requiring me to change a single thing about how I operate.
I absolutely love how honestly you're expressing that because so many of us secretly feel that exact way.
We do. We don't want to change.
We are incredibly protective of our autonomy, but that mindset comes directly from our hyper-individualistic ego.
My ego.
Yes, it is the belief that my comfort is the ultimate good.
Hmm.
To build a thriving, lasting relationship, both people have to be willing to take a slice of their self-centered ego, fold it up, and put it away in a drawer to make room for something much, much bigger.
Fold it up instead of my clothes.
Exactly. You have to literally make room in your psychological house for us.
Making room for us instead of just me.
Yes.
That sounds wonderful on a greeting card, but practically on a Tuesday night when we are tired, what does that actually mean?
It means making a choice.
Does it mean I just surrender? Do I just look at my partner and say, okay, you win, I will do it your way just to avoid a fight?
No.
No, because that just breeds deep resentment.
You are absolutely right. That breeds resentment because that is submission, not mutual understanding.
Okay, so what is mutual understanding?
Mutual understanding doesn't mean you magically agree on every single detail, nor does it mean one person becomes a doormat.
Good, I don't want to be a doormat.
Nobody does. It means you develop the profound emotional capacity to really listen to your partner, to genuinely accept that their perspective and their comfort is just as valid as yours.
Even if I like the floor wardrobe.
Even then. And it means finding a healthy, creative middle ground.
A middle ground.
It is like mixing two different metals to create a completely new, stronger alloy.
Oh, another great analogy.
And finding that middle ground brings us to our third core architectural concept, compromise.
Compromise. I feel like this is a word everyone uses constantly, but nobody actually likes doing it.
It's hard work.
We all want the other person to compromise. What is the precise psychological definition here?
Compromise means a healthy agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side, making intentional concessions for the greater good of the partnership.
The greater good.
It means both of you give a little bit of your individual preference to gain a massive amount of shared stability.
Okay, I can see the value in that.
And here is the exact sentence from the text we need to focus on. Listen up. A healthy marriage thrives on the willing compromise of two selfless partners.
Let me repeat that one because every word carries weight.
Take your time.
A healthy marriage thrives on the willing compromise of two selfless partners.
Yes.
I notice the text specifically emphasizes the word willing. It isn't a forced compromise. It isn't done through gritted teeth.
Exactly. It has to be willing. It has to be a gift you give the relationship, not a tax you are forced to pay.
A gift, not a tax. I love that.
Now, let's be totally honest. Will it feel uncomfortable for your individual ego at first?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes. When you have lived your whole adult life doing exactly what you want, precisely when you want to do it, it is a massive shock to the nervous system to suddenly have to factor in another human being's comfort and preferences.
It really is. Like,
Yeah.
suddenly I can't just eat cereal for dinner at midnight without waking someone up.
Right. But that discomfort is temporary. Compromise is actually the unbreakable glue that holds a couple together over decades. It is the daily, tangible proof that you value the health of the relationship more than you value being right all the time.
I really like that framing.
It shifts the perspective.
So instead of thinking, I am losing my freedom, I am shrinking myself, I should be thinking, I am willingly investing a piece of my ego into a shared bank account called us.
Yes, exactly.
And that account is going to pay out dividends of peace and stability.
That is a brilliant way to synthesize it. You aren't losing yourself. You are expanding yourself to include someone else.
Expanding myself.
You are moving from a solo perspective to a team perspective.
Okay, I am really starting to drop my fairy tale expectations.
Progress.
I can see how managing daily friction through willing compromise while avoiding fundamental incompatibility builds a really solid, impenetrable foundation.
You're getting the architecture now.
But let's talk about the future, the long game.
The decades ahead.
Right. In the movies, once the couple figures out their little communication issues, once they compromise on the clothes on the floor, the movie ends.
Roll credits.
Exactly. They just go on sunny beach vacations forever. They drink cocktails, watch the sunset, and coast for the next 40 years.
If only human life were just a series of uninterrupted sunny beach vacations.
A girl can dream.
But realistically, Looking at the decades of longitudinal data, nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, can stay together for 30, 40, or 50 years without encountering massive, unforeseen external crises.
Crises. Okay, things are getting dark.
We aren't just talking about the internal friction between the two of you anymore. We're talking about the wild, destructive storms that life throws at you from the outside.
You mean the really heavy stuff? The
Yes,
structural stress tests, the things you absolutely cannot control.
exactly. We're talking about severe real-life stressors.
Like what?
Imagine this scenario, which happens to millions of couples. One of you unexpectedly loses your job.
Oh, that's stressful.
You get that dreaded Friday afternoon email, and suddenly there are heavy, terrifying financial struggles.
Unpaid bills are piling up on the counter.
The mortgage is due. Or maybe there is a sudden, terrifying medical scare that completely upends your daily routine.
Health stuff is the scariest.
It really is. Or you experience deep family grief, like the sudden loss of a parent.
Yeah, that changes everything.
These are the inevitable, unavoidable storms of human life. And here is the raw truth that the researchers found.
What did they find?
The real beauty, depth, and strength of a long-term relationship are not tested or proven on a sunny beach in Hawaii.
They aren't.
No, they are forged in the absolute middle of life's wildest, darkest storms.
Wow. Forged in the storm.
Yes.
So looking at the data, how do truly strong, deeply connected couples react when disaster strikes?
It's fascinating how they handle it.
Because I feel like I've seen money problems or profound grief completely tear people apart.
It happens all the time.
It can turn best friends into bitter enemies.
You are entirely correct. It absolutely can tear people apart, and it frequently does if they don't have that bedrock foundation of compromise and shared values we just talked about.
So the foundation matters when the storm hits.
Everything rests on it. When under immense stress, the human brain's threat response system, the amygdala, hijacks our logic.
The panic mode.
Right. We look for a scapegoat. But strong couples do something radically different.
What do they do?
When the storm hits, they consciously bypass that threat response. They don't turn against each other.
You don't pro fingers.
Exactly. They don't start pointing fingers and saying, this is your fault because you lost your job. If you had just worked harder, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Which is so easy to do when you're scared.
It's the default setting.
Yeah.
And they don't emotionally run away or shut down either.
So what's the alternative?
Instead, they become each other's safest shelter. They turn toward each other.
Oh, I love that phrasing.
And this vital action is captured in our fourth architectural concept, which is a powerful idiom to weather the storm.
To weather the storm, I can visualize that perfectly.
Tell me what you see.
It's not about stopping the rain, because you can't.
You can't control the weather.
It's about standing together in the downpour, holding an umbrella over each other and making sure the other person doesn't freeze.
That is a phenomenal visual.
Thank you.
To weather the storm means to successfully survive, endure, and overcome a highly dangerous or difficult situation together as a completely unified front.
A unified front.
Let's look at our exact sentence from the source material for this idiom for our listeners. Truly mature couples learn how to weather the storm together instead of blaming each other.
Let me say that one again. Truly mature couples learn how to weather the storm together instead of blaming each other.
Spot on.
So instead of fighting each other out of stress, they team up to fight the problem.
The problem is the enemy, not the partner.
The financial crisis is the enemy. The medical diagnosis is the enemy. The partner is the teammate.
Exactly. You put yourselves back in that rowboat we talked about, and you realize the storm is trying to capsize you both.
We have to row in perfect sync just to survive the waves.
Right. And here is where the psychology gets really beautiful.
Beautiful, even during a storm.
Yes. Because when you pass through these incredibly hard times, it doesn't just leave you exhausted and depleted.
I would think it would.
If you process it correctly as a team, it actually builds something incredibly powerful in the brain. It builds our fifth and final architectural concept, resilience.
Resilience, that is such a strong, empowering word.
It's the ultimate goal.
It sounds like armor.
It really is like armor, but flexible armor. Resilience means the capacity to withstand, to recover quickly, and to actually grow stronger and more adaptable from difficult life challenges.
Grow stronger from the pain.
It is profound psychological and emotional strength. Think of it exactly like a muscle.
Okay, like going to the gym.
A muscle only grows stronger because it is subjected to the stress of lifting a heavy weight, tearing the fibers, and rebuilding.
You literally have to break it down to build it up.
A relationship's resilience is built the exact same way. Here is the exact sentence to lock this in. Facing financial hardship together tested their relationship, but it ultimately revealed their incredible resilience.
I'll read that again. Facing financial hardship together tested their relationship, but it ultimately revealed their incredible resilience.
Perfect.
Hearing all this, looking at the complete architecture from the friction to the storms, I think I am actually having a major epiphany here on the mic.
Oh, really? Is the die-hard Hollywood romantic finally seeing the light of day?
I am. I really am dropping that naive persona right now.
I'm proud of you.
Because what I'm realizing as you lay out the mechanics of this is that this version of love,
The real version.
the real messy, gritty version, where you fight through friction, ensure you avoid incompatibility, intentionally compromise your ego, and weather terrifying storms to build resilience,
Yeah.
that is actually profoundly more romantic than the fairy tale.
Isn't it?
Because it is real. It has weight. It means a peaceful, lifelong romantic partnership isn't just a lucky lottery ticket you find in a coffee shop.
Definitely not.
It is arguably the most valuable, hard-earned asset a human being can possibly hold in their lifetime.
You have hit the nail completely flawlessly on the head. You have unlocked the core thesis of the research.
I feel enlightened.
In human life, there is a universal, undeniable rule. Absolutely anything of true, profound, lasting value requires a heavy price.
Nothing good comes easy.
It requires massive, sustained investment.
It was just like anything else we strive for in life, right? We just somehow forget to apply the rule to love.
Exactly. Let's use an analogy to really drive this home for you and the listener.
Hit me with it.
Think about someone who wants to have a highly successful, specialized career, maybe as a top-tier neurosurgeon.
Okay, a brain surgeon.
Or someone who wants to earn a complex, multi-year medical degree. Or an elite athlete who wants to build a peak Olympic-level physique.
Those take insane dedication.
Do any of those people, at any point, expect their journey to be 100% effortless? Do they expect to just magically wake up with a gold medal?
Oh, of course not. That would be absurd. If you want to be a doctor, you know going in that you are going to spend a decade studying late into the night, taking brutal, stressful exams, and being chronically exhausted.
Yes.
If you want to be an Olympian, you expect to sweat, to have aching muscles, to force yourself to train at 5 a.m. when you desperately don't feel like it.
You know the pain is part of the process.
You embrace the friction and the hard work because, fundamentally, that the end goal is worth the sacrifice.
So why on earth should love, the deepest, most complex, most beautiful connection in the entire human experience, be the one single exception to that universal rule?
Wow. Put
Yeah.
like that, it's so obvious.
Why do we expect the hardest thing we will ever do to be the only thing that requires absolutely zero effort?
We've been brainwashed by the rom-coms.
We really have.
Yeah.
If you expect to invest years of energy, patience, and fierce discipline into your career, you should expect to invest that exact same energy and discipline into your relationship.
That completely shifts the entire paradigm.
It changes how you view every argument.
When you find the right person, someone you share those vital core values with, someone you aren't incompatible with working through the daily friction, doesn't have to feel like this heavy, unfair burden imposed by the universe.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't feel like a punishment for choosing the wrong person. It should feel like a proud, conscious, daily investment in your shared future.
Yes.
You are basically studying for the most important degree of your life.
You are building your masterpiece. And that brings us to the profound, awe-inspiring beauty of a 50-year anniversary.
Oh, I love 50-year anniversaries.
When you go to a golden anniversary party and you see an elderly couple sitting together, holding hands after 50 years of marriage,
It's the sweetest thing.
you shouldn't look at them and think, wow, they were so lucky, they must have never argued. They must have had a perfectly easy, frictionless life.
Doing that takes away all of their hard-earned credit.
It does. It minimizes their achievement.
Right. The beauty isn't just that they passively stayed in the same house together because it was convenient and easy.
Not at all.
The true beauty is that they proudly, consciously, and deliberately fought side by side through a half-century of human existence to earn that peace.
They earned it every single day.
They earned it. They weathered the financial storms. They navigated the health scares. They compromised their egos.
Yes, they did.
They chose to put the relationship first every single morning for 18,000 days in a row.
18,000 days. That is breathtaking.
That is so much better than dropping a book at a coffee shop.
It is the architecture of lasting love. It takes intense work. It takes specific emotional tools, and it takes time.
But it's worth it.
But the house you build together using these principles is strong enough to withstand absolutely anything the world throws at it.
I absolutely love this. This deep dive has completely fundamentally changed how I look at romance.
I'm so glad to hear that.
And I know it has given you, our listener, a massive amount to think about. But before we wrap up this incredible conversation, we have a very crucial section for you. We promised to give you the tools, so we are going to do a quick, highly focused vocabulary review of the architectural pillars we built today.
That's right. We introduced 5 high-level, incredibly useful core concepts today to help you articulate the reality of building a lasting relationship.
We want to make absolutely sure these stick in your memory so you can use them in your own life.
So we are going to recap them one by one, give you a simple summary of the mechanics, and we are going to read the exact example sentences from our source text one more time.
Let's lock it in. Concept number 1 was friction.
Friction is the minor disagreement or daily tension caused by inevitable differences in human habits, backgrounds, or perspectives. It is totally normal and structurally necessary.
Here's the example sentence. Having different family backgrounds naturally creates minor friction in the beginning of a relationship.
Perfect. Concept number 2 was incompatibility.
Incompatibility is the fundamental inability of two people to live harmoniously due to deeply clashing core values or life goals.
This is when you are rowing the boat in complete opposite directions, and no amount of hard work can fix it.
The example sentence is, experiencing occasional friction is normal, but fundamental incompatibility can make a relationship truly exhausting.
Excellent distinction. Concept number 3 was compromise.
Compromise is a healthy agreement reached where both partners intentionally make concessions for the common good.
It means willingly putting away the individual ego to build an us.
The example sentence is, a healthy marriage thrives on the willing compromise of two selfless partners.
Concept number 4 was our powerful idiom, to weather the storm.
To weather the storm means enduring, bypassing the blame reflex, and successfully overcoming severe hardship or an external crisis together as a united team.
The example sentence is, truly mature couples learn how to weather the storm together instead of blaming each other.
And finally, concept number 5 was resilience.
Resilience is the psychological strength, flexibility, and ability to recover quickly and actually grow much stronger after facing difficult life trials.
The example sentence is, facing financial hardship together tested their relationship, but it ultimately revealed their incredible resilience.
Amazing. Those 5 terms give you the perfect, robust vocabulary to talk about the gritty reality of building a lasting relationship.
And that brings us to our final provocative thought for you to take away and chew on today.
What do you have for them?
After everything we have discussed, I want to leave you with a completely new idea to ponder.
Okay, let's hear it.
Biologists tell us that on a cellular level, the human body completely replaces most of its cells every 7 to 10 years.
Literally a new person.
Psychologists say our personalities shift drastically in that same time frame, too.
So true.
So maybe the secret to a 50-year relationship isn't just staying with the same person. Maybe it is successfully learning to weather the storm and compromise with 7 different versions of that person over a lifetime.
Wow. That is a brilliant, profound way to look at the continuous effort required. You have to keep choosing to build with whoever they become.
Exactly. It never stops. And now, before we officially say our final goodbye, we have a crucial question that we want you to answer.
We want to hear from you directly in the comments section.
Here is the exact question we want you to answer for us. Do you believe that true love should be effortless? Or do you think a great relationship requires hard work and compromise? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
We truly cannot wait to read your perspectives, hear your stories, and see how you use today's vocabulary in your answers.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, for challenging your own perspectives, and for joining us on this amazing deep dive.
It's been fantastic.
Keep building those strong foundations, keep weathering those storms, and we will catch you on the next one. Have an absolutely fantastic day.